morning and welcome. So we're going to move on, and so we're making our way now down towards Mizen Head. When we first arrived in Ireland, we commented, both of us, on how smooth the roads were. Yesterday and today, it's more like being on washboards than a normal road surface, and this is the main road. All good fun. Really enjoying it so far though, and the scenery is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. So we're currently at Mizen Head and we're just about to go across the bridge. So this is the bridge, which to be honest looks a lot smaller in real life than it does in some of the photographs I've seen. Mizen Head has spectacular coastal views, rugged cliffs, and it's got stunning views out over the Atlantic Ocean. The point where the land meets the sea here in Ireland. The historic Mizen Head signal station, once crucial for warning ships of the treacherous rocks, is now an award-winning maritime museum which we were fortunate enough to visit. You can explore the keeper's quarters, the engine room and the Marconi radio room, which was so important for transatlantic shipping and communications. One of the viewpoints from Mizen Head. Good morning. You can probably see behind me the sun shining. It's quite a blue sky, but my goodness me, last night, now I know why they call this a wild Atlantic way. We more parked up above the cliffs at Mizen Head. Spent an enjoyable day going all around the exhibits and the museum, etc. But we decided to stay last night, and so we've parked up on top of the cliffs here. And then overnight the wind was horrendous. We had 60-65 mile an hour gusts, downpours of rain. I mean, the van was rocking like it was at sea. Unbelievable. So didn't get a lot of sleep last night. But yeah, it's nice and sunny this morning. Also, although the winds are supposed to be pretty stiff all day long, so not quite sure what we're going to do yet. Obviously we're going to move on a little bit, but we're not quite sure yet. This is the view from the park up last night, looking out from Mizen Head. Really enjoying the trip so far. Last night was a bit of a yeah, was not particularly nice. Yeah, so we're going to make a cup of coffee and then we'll look at the map and see where we're going to head to next. To be honest, it's quite difficult in the big motorhomes to follow the Wild Atlantic Way exactly. Some of the roads are really just too narrow. We've done the majority so far from the start at Kinsale down to Mizen Head, but we think there's going to be one or two little patches that we're going to have to avoid because the roads are just too narrow for us. Let's put the kettle on, have a cup of coffee, decide where we're going to go. So we just stopped for a quick coffee break. Unfortunately, we were going to go down to a point called the Sheep's Head or something similar, but we got within maybe a couple of kilometres of the point, which is right on the end of a spit of land, and there's big signs up saying camper vans and motorhomes no further because of very narrow road. So we needed to have turned around and come back. So we're just taking a coffee break, and now we're going to make our way up towards, I think it's Bantry. So we're looking out to Whiddy Island, and in World War One, the US Naval Service built a base here and began seaplane patrols in April 1918. It was just weeks before the armistice was declared, but today it is the site of Ireland's major oil terminal. Hi, so talking to you from a town called Castletownbere, which apparently is the fishing capital of Ireland. Today, in fact, it's a bank holiday here in Ireland, so it's unlike in the UK. It's been particularly quiet. Normally on a bank holiday you get traffic all over the place and lots of people, but it's been incredibly quiet really. And it's a really oldie worldy sort of place. Walking through the little town, all the shops, I mean, they could be, it's almost like when I was growing up in the sort of 50s, really oldie worldy shops. We decided to go into one bar and get ourselves a pint of Guinness. Well, you've got to if you're in Ireland, haven't you really? It's a really interesting place. Unfortunately, the weather today has not been particularly good. Then the rain came and then the winds came, and so we're going to stay here tonight. May even stay another day actually, because it is quite an interesting place. We can go for little walks. So as I say, we're going to stay here tonight, maybe tomorrow, we're not really sure. And then hopefully the weather will improve tomorrow after about 10 o'clock when the forecast said it should. So I'll catch you later. So we spent last night at Castletownbere. We parked up on the pier. There is not an air as such, but a motorhome or camper van stop, but they were full last night. So we actually parked up on the pier. Very quiet night. Unfortunately, the rain lashed down for most of the night and the winds were really strong. It was pretty rough last night, and it's really overcast today. Well, we're going to make our way a little bit further along today, only about literally about 20-25 minutes, and we're going to stop. There's a local centre which offers motorhomes camping. It's €15 for the night, but with facilities. But also, because it's a community centre, they have a bar there which is open, on Tuesdays and Fridays. And on Tuesdays they have a live jamming session. So it'd be good to get there if we can find a space, park up, and then enjoy some real Irish music tonight and perhaps a drink. Quite looking forward to that if we can do it. So that's the plan for today. So we've come out for a walk this afternoon. And we found a great place that we could park up. Reasonably flat, picnic benches, and what a magnificent view. Look at that. Fantastic. So we've taken a walk down to a cable car which goes across to Ireland. It's only a short one, but we just spotted this. This is obviously one from a bygone age. So this is the cable car across to Dursey Island, just coming back. So, waking up, super swap we stayed at last night, a wild camp, but in a little tiny harbour where the fishing boats come in. I'll show you in a moment. But yeah, just amazing scenery from here. Incredible. The reason we stopped is we came along over this little bridge I'll show you in a minute. In fact, let me turn the camera around just a second. You can see behind this awning and sort of marquee they've put up, and that's where we camped last night. I think the marquee's been put up because there's some sort of musical event coming in the next week or so. This is Helen's Bar, Helen Moriarty, and it's Helen's Bar. There's also, I think, accommodation there if you need it, but yeah, lovely food, that's for sure. And this is the old Mussel House next door to Helen's Bar and Cafe. So up to this point, the trip's been going really well, but unfortunately things have taken a turn for the worse. So bad luck and problems, but I'll tell you all about that in the next one. So don't forget, join me next time, find out what's going wrong. Bye for now.